A new legal framework is central to the integrity of future elections and the advancement of Nigeria's democracy. It is therefore inconceivable to conduct future elections with the current legal framework, the 2010 Electoral Act as amended. 2. The provisions of the Electoral Bill 2021 substantially reflect the wishes of Nigerians and key electoral stakeholders for a legal framework that promotes the use of technology to stem electoral manipulation, strengthen INEC's financial independence, and empowers the Commission to reject falsified election results or results declared under duress. 3. Further delay to the conclusion of the electoral amendment process is inimical to the preparations for Ekiti, Osun, and 2023 elections. The opportunity to test the operability of the new legislation and its latest innovations would be lost if the amendment process remains inconclusive. 4. With 398 days to the 2023 general elections, it is crucial for the National Assembly and the President to conclude the electoral amendment process by January 31, 2022. The National Assembly should therefore remove the contentious clause of direct primaries, resolve all the identified drafting errors and cross-referencing gaps, and retransmit the bill to the President for assent within a week of resumption. As the nation awaits the resumption of the National Assembly on Tuesday, January 18, 2022, that is tomorrow, Nigerians expect that the conclusion of the electoral process will feature as a priority issue on the order paper for Tuesday. The leadership of the National Assembly should honor their commitment to conclude this process as soon as the National Assembly resumes. President Buhari has indicated his commitment to assent to the bill if the National Assembly expunge the contentious clause and retransmit the bill for assent. We therefore urge the National Assembly to leverage this opportunity to salvage the electoral bill by taking prompt legislative actions to conclude the amendment process. Any further delay will undermine public confidence in the electoral reform process.
In deference to the national and public interest, the Senate and House of Representatives should, upon resumption on Tuesday, January 18, 2022, take legislative action at its first sitting to conclude the process and retransmit the bill to President Buhari by Friday, January 21, 2022. Secondly, the National Assembly should ensure proper scrutiny of the bill to resolve all drafting errors and cross-referencing gaps before retransmitting the bill for presidential assent. Thirdly, the President should, upon receipt of this retransmitted bill, provide his assent within a week. Fourthly, civil society groups, media, and development partners should sustain the effort to safeguard the electoral bill from policy capture, manipulation, and subversion of the people's will.
We have a situation where the President has come out publicly to say that the basis for not assenting to the bill was the fact that it provided for direct primaries and that political parties should be given the option of the kind of primaries that they want. So we're trying to hold the President accountable to his words and drawing the attention of the National Assembly to that, to say that if that is the major problem, please drop it and do the needful. The other issue as to the drafting errors and the other cross-referencing gaps that we mentioned is also drawing from experience, because in August 2018, the President didn't sign the electoral bill then because of some of those errors. So we're trying also to prevent a situation where there will be a basis, apart from direct primaries or no direct primaries, for the President to say that he will not sign to that bill. We would have to put heads together again and come up with a fresh position. But we can say here that if the National Assembly does that, they would actually be undermining the public interest, and we do not see them doing that, because what we have said is that you have many provisions in this particular bill that substantially accords with public interest in ensuring that we have credible elections, and many of them we've previously highlighted, including the electronic transmission of results, including the fact that money must be made available to INEC 1 year before the elections, and including that the basis of declaring votes void would be the difference between the number of accredited voters and those who actually vote. These are fundamental reforms that would enhance electoral integrity in Nigeria. And if the National Assembly members claim to be representatives of the people, then they need to listen to the people. This is not just the voice of the civil society, it's the voice of Nigerians. And they say that Vox Dei, Vox Populi, the voice of the people is the voice of God, or maybe it's the other way around.
1 million Nigerians with disability. To say that this is the most inclusive electoral bill ever. And myself and my colleague and several others are saying to the president, let the errors be corrected, let the needful be done, but please sign this bill. We don't want to nurse the feeling that he will not sign. We did that before and he didn't, but this time I don't think he has any reason not to sign when what he demanded have been removed from the bill. So, Mr. President, you serve the people that elected you. Sign this bill and preserve the integrity of our electoral process. Sign this bill and you will do justice to the rights of 31 million people, which act you have signed. And signing this bill will give impetus to the Disability Act.
I want to ask the media and encourage all Nigerians to engage their legislators at the National Assembly. If you have their telephone number, call them. If you have their email address, send email to them. It's all about Nigeria. It's not about civil society organizations. It's not about development partners. It's not about the media. It's about the future of this country. This country belongs to all of us. All we are articulating is that we will have a better Nigeria that guarantees access, participation, and equal opportunity in the electoral process. And I strongly believe if Nigerians from all walks of life, from all the senatorial districts, constituencies across the country, call their members of their representative at National Assembly to do the needful by ensuring the conclusion of this bill between now and next week, so that the president will have a copy of it and assent to it.